For Gary Schmatz, thank you Gary, I found your request, and Eddie 3D 4M 4N, who requested this quite some time ago. So Eddie 3 blah blah, if you're still here, I hope this is helpful. Great. Okay, so this is a song that was a little bit daunting. For one reason, because the 1994 live version, say, is very, very different from the 2010 live version. But listening to the record, if you can separate the stone parts and the mic parts, it gets a lot easier to manage. So we're going to do the stone parts today, and the solo, I should mention, is stone also. And we can do the solo if you want, so just let me know. And we will, but that's for another video. Here we go! The very first thing you do is the very funnest thing. Ready? Put your finger on the G string off here, off of the neck, after the nut, down with the tuning things, and pluck the G string, and give it a little squeeze like that. Okay, enough of that. So, then, here's 3 different E minor chords that you can choose from. I kind of hear Stone definitely do 2 of them, and then this one I think really fits, but here they are. Okay, the first one is 12, 12, 12 on the D, G, B strings. Now, that is an E minor chord because, check it out. If you play E minor and take your finger off of the D string, you have open D, G, and B, and that's an E minor 7 chord. So it stands to wager, I'm getting better at that phrase, that if you put it up on the 12th fret, that's the same as the open fret, because the 12th fret is the octave. I almost said the aardvark. Don't know where aardvark came from. Of the open frets. So play those 3 notes, 12 on D, G, B, and give it an epic slide. Do 2 chugs on the E string. We're going backwards now. I said that like we weren't, but we are. 2 chugs on the open E string, followed by the epic slide. Choice 2 is, gotta do that video on how to keep your hair out of your face when you're, A string 7th fret, that is E. D string 6th fret, that is E's major 3rd, or G sharp, keep that in mind. G string 7th fret, that's the dominant 7th. So here we have an E7 chord, that's awesome. And if you put your pinky finger on B8, this is now the Jimi Hendrix chord. That's a minor 3rd. So this is a wacky little deal here that has root, major 3rd, dominant 7th, minor 3rd. You can do your same epic slide down off that. And if you try that maybe 2 dozen times, it feels awkward at first, but it's actually fairly easy to get your fingers into that position. So here's choice 2. Third choice is an E7 chord down here, and I definitely see Stone doing this one in some of the live version. It is D string 2nd fret, D string 2nd fret, that's my middle finger. G string 1st fret, I'm using my pinky finger on the B string 3rd fret. So that is an E root, a major 3rd, and a dominant 7th here. It's like, well, that's what it is. So that's an E7. Same thing as doing this, like we do for basic E7, but just using these strings instead, and without a 5th. That one works too. So let's say the first time you do either this one or this one, and the second time you do this one, and you'll see why. Okay, here we go. 2 chugs on the E string, and then you kind of go, do some like muted, excitedly strumming of the muted strings to get that noise. And then you do your 2 chugs again, and do the low one, and then you go open E, F power chord, that's 1, 3, 3, E, A, D, open E after that, G power chord, that's 3, 5, 5. So, slowly, here's all of that. That's the verse for Stone. A couple of, so you noticed on the odd numbered ones, 1, 3, 5, and 7, we did not do the, and on the even number ones, we did. But he does it on the odd number ones a couple of times. His part is buried rather deeply in the mix there. It's kind of hard to hear. Maybe he does just notes sometimes, and maybe he does the whole power chord sometimes. You listen and decide for yourself. Use your ear balls. Great. So, into the chorus, which is, couldn't get simpler. You're done with your... And then we go up to an A power chord. That's the 5th fret of the E string, followed by a B power chord. That's the 7th fret of the E string, followed by a C power chord. A, B, C. A, B, C. A, B, C. And then we have our first little Stone sort of riffy solo, so we'll do that. This is quick. Do that thing down here, because he's going to stay down here. And your E minor pentatonic, recall, is open 3, open 2, open 2, open 2, open 3, open 3. And this song is in E minor. It kind of feels like when you do the bass line, it might be in A minor, but it's not. It's in E minor. It's got an A and a B. Those are all okay with E minor as well as A minor, so that's how come that works. Anyways, bend the G string 2nd fret, unbend it, and then pull it off. Open D, open G, hammer on to G1. That's a major third. It sounds really creepy in the whole context of E minor. Playing a major third sounds really creepy, so. And that's the little riff in between the first chorus and the next verse, the second verse. G2 bend it, regular, open, open D, open G, yeah, G1. With the in between it and the next. Great. The second verse is roughly the same as the first verse, and then we do the next chorus. Comes their way, don't act themselves. Oh, and then we go into the bridge, which is exactly the same as the chorus. They don't compare. Rats. They don't compare. Rats. One more time. Then after that amount of time, we go into the bridge and the outro, which is, this is the best part of the song in my opinion, and how Pearl Jam just goes, poof, we're changing keys. We're in a different key now for the bridge. They're so good at that. And they just do it. They don't even like make a transition. They just freaking do it and it works. So we're going to go on the E string 8, 7, 6, and then turn it into a power chord. So out of the... up to the 8th fret, down to the 3rd fret. And that's it. This is how the song ends. And that's Mike's slide guitar, of course. And then after a bunch of those times, Stone turns into this. Do your F shape. F, of course, is 1, 2, 3 on B, G, D, and you can cover the E string as well with your pointer finger if you like, but we're doing it on 6, 7, 8. That's a B flat. Look, F, G, A, B flat. So add your pinky to the G string to suspended for it thusly. And then move it up to C, that's 2 frets higher. And then down to G. And that's how Stone ends the song. It doesn't end there, but it'd be silly to adjust my volume once every time. Anyways, there is my take on Stone's part for Rats. We can do the mic part, we can do the solo too. It's a Stone one, so it's really silly and wonky and awesome like Stone solos tend to be. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Thank you for watching. Gary, thank you again. And Eddie, I hope that was helpful. Eddie for and stuff. All right. I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time, goodbye.